Hi parents and families, it's me, Mrs. Jenkins. How are you? It's a beautiful sunny afternoon. If you hear any basketball sounds, that's just my son playing basketball, so we'll just ignore that. But I wanted to make a really quick video because I just finished with the iRead training for teachers, and I'm really excited about the program. There are just a few bullet points that I want to share with you, just so you'll be aware of how to get going with this. I'm also going to make a little cheat sheet for you that I will post of everything that I'm saying right now. So iRead, again, is the software. It's inside of Clever, and it's the software that the county is using this school year for kindergarten to help teach them reading skills and track their reading skills. Okay, iRead can be found inside of Clever. So you already should have logged into Clever and had access to that. We worked on that a month ago. If you haven't, make sure you do that right now. Clever.pgcps.org. Get your child all set up there. So you would go into Clever and to find iRead. And what's coming up? So this week is the practice week. So what they want the kindergartners to do this week is to practice logging in and out of Clever, in and out of iRead. Practice logging off. So a lot of times the little kids will just push the power button and the software is still activated. So you want them to practice logging in and out. We're told that there is a practice video that they want you to watch with your child. So take this week to really get them familiar with their iPad and how to find iRead in and out and everything. And then the screener, they're calling it a screener. It's a diagnostic assessment, is going to drop, I believe, on October the 5th. So between October 5th and October the 9th, that's the testing window for kindergarten. So during those dates, when your child logs on, they're going to be given a screening test. And I'd mentioned this before, and it's a diagnostic. So basically that means the software is going to ask different questions to your child and give different problems in order to find out what level they're at. So this is where you're going to come in. Your role is going to be super important as the caregiver and as the parent. If we were doing this in school, I would get the classroom quiet, put kids in different parts of the room, and have them work in a very quiet and controlled environment. All right, but we're not at school, so that part is going to be up to you. But it's really, really important. A couple things. When it's time for that screener next week, find a place in your home, maybe your child's workspace, someplace that is distraction-free, as distraction-free as possible, because you want your child to be able to focus and hear what they're being asked to do if you want to get an accurate assessment. And the second one that's just as important, or probably more important, and we're going to keep on beating this nail with this hammer, but please, you cannot give the answers to your child. Let them do this independently on their own as far as answering the questions. Now, they will need you to help them with the technology, like if the volume's too low or they're having trouble remembering where the iRead thing is. So definitely help them get into the screening. But once they're there and they're all set up, do not give them the answers. And this is why. This software is very smart software. It's going to give different questions in different ways until your child reaches a point where it's above their knowledge level. And then the software will know, okay, this child is on this level. And then they're going to start giving work to that child on that level. All right, so let's say, for example, a parent sits there and puts all the answers in for their child, which I know you will not do. But let's say somebody did. Your child ends up testing out on a end of second grade level. Guess what? The software is going to give your child second grade work, which is going to cause upset, tears, anger, and frustration on the part of your child because they're not on a second grade level. Okay, and then that's going to do them a disservice. So it never helps your child to give them answers. especially on a test. All right, so I'm just asking you to let them take this test. They'll max out wherever they max out. And then secondly, all this diagnostic data that they're gathering, it's super helpful for me as the teacher. And this is something I'm really excited about, because the software will find out what level each child is on, but then they'll suggest groups. So let's say there's a group of kids who know their letter names, but they need to work on sounds. So the software will put them together in a group for me, and it will suggest activities that I can do with the kids during small groups. All right, so it's really important that you let them have a quiet place where they can concentrate and do their best, but also that you don't help them, so we can get them grouped properly and know what they already know and what they need to learn next. All right, so that's very important. And then your student's login is going to be your child's student ID number, which you can find on SchoolMax. That's their login. And then the password is ABC123. And again, I'm going to put all these bullets in a little PDF for you so you can have it. So that's going to be their login. And the only other thing I was going to tell you is that, so after the screening is done, well, let me back up a little bit. So the testing window is from October 5 to October 9. October the 9th is the deadline. You have to have your child get in and take that assessment by the 9th, or they will not be able to access the software. That's what I'm being told. So please make sure you do that. In fact, what I'm going to do next week, I'm planning the assignments now for next week. I'm going to keep the assignments really lightweight on Monday and on Tuesday. And so that will give you more space and time and opportunity where your child can take that screener, okay? But you have to have it done by the 9th. And then after the 9th, after I get the data back, I'm going to be readjusting the groups so that I can put similar kids together as far as reading is concerned. So I think that's about it. I'm going to get off now and make just a little bullet list for you of all the things I just talked about so you can have it handy. And I'm really excited about this software. I can't wait till we get into it. It looks really fun. I know the kids are going to love playing this game. Oh yeah, there's one other thing that I'm really excited about that they told us. Once your child finishes the assessment and they start playing the reading games, there's a whole library of books that you can download. You can print them out. I mean, you're going to have a whole library of books available for your child. Books that you can read to them, and also books that are on their reading level that they can read by themselves and maybe start reading to you. That is super exciting because books are hard to come by, especially now if you're stuck at home because of the coronavirus. You don't go out very much. That's invaluable. So I'm really excited about that. So anyway, I better get off because I'm just going to get more excited about this software. But thanks a lot, and more later.